Good morning everyone. This is Bhagya Lakshmi. I am assistant professor in Mallareddy College of Engineering. So today my topic is differences between a DFA and NFA. First we need to learn what is the finite automata. What is finite automata? Constructing the model in finite number of steps is called finite automata. In this finite automata we have two types, that is deterministic finite automata and non-deterministic finite automata. Deterministic finite automata we can also call DFA. Non-deterministic finite automata we can say NFA or NDFA. So now we can see what are the differences between the NFA and DFA. First, DFA and NFA, differences between the DFA and NFA. In DFA stands for deterministic finite automata. NFA means non-deterministic finite automata. So what is DFA? In DFA, there is only one possible transition for each input symbol, any given state. This is the definition of DFA. Okay. And what is NFA? In an NFA, there can be multiple transitions for a single input symbol from a given state. I will explain with example also. Here epsilon mouse is considered. Here epsilon mouse is not allowed. Here epsilon mouse is allowed. Okay. And in DFA, the next possible state is distinctly set. That means we can find which one is the next state in DFA. But in NFA, we cannot guess what is the next state because here many states are there. For one input, we have many states. In DFA, there is only one state is there. So we can guess what is the next state for each and every input. That is the difference. And in DFA, Q tends to, so the final states will come from the Q only. But in NFA, the final state will come power of the Q. This is the difference. Here, it will come from the Q, and here the output will come from the power of the Q. And DFA requires more space, but NFA requires less space compared to DFA. And all DFAs are NFAs, but all NFAs are not a DFAs. And construction of DFA is very difficult because here we are using many things. We need to consider many things. But construction of NFA is simpler than compared to DFA. Now I will explain with example. This is the DFA. How we can say this is the DFA means here we have three states. Q0, Q1, Q2 are the three states. And 0, 1 are the inputs. See here, for each and every state, we have only one transition for each and every input. Suppose if we are giving Q0, 0 input, then it is going to Q0 state. If we are giving 1 input, it is going to Q1 state. So each and every input having only one output. Each and every input have only one input, and each and every input have one input. So that's why we can say this is the DFA. So check here, Q0 have 0 input and 1 input. It is going to some other state. And again Q1 we are giving 0 input, 1 input. So it is going to another state. So each and every state have one, for each and every input we have one transition. Next, this is the NFA. So here check. Here if we are giving A input for Q0, it is moving to Q1 and it is also moving to Q0. So for one input we have two outputs, two transitions. So that's why we can say this is the NFA. So in NFA, each and every state, many states having more than one transactions, and it will accept the null transactions also. That's why this is the NFA. That is the difference between the DFA and NFA.